who is the best boxer in the UFC, right? We've debated this since the Max Holloway fight. He proclaimed he's the best boxer in the UFC. But I'm going to tell you who the best boxer in the UFC is, right? We're going to have 6 guys. We're going to start from number 1, go down to number 6, and I'm going to explain my reasoning. But I will tell you who the true number 1 boxer in the UFC is. Stay tuned. Peter Yan. Peter No Mercy Yan. He's the best boxer in the UFC. I've watched every single fight of his. He's never gotten outboxed, ever. And he's fought some of the best guys in the UFC. I'm not saying he's never lost a round boxing. I'm talking about the overall fight. He's never been outboxed. Obviously, O'Malley hit him a few times. Aldo hit him a few times. But when it came to the hands, he won most exchanges in those fights. He has an amazing long guard. He doesn't get hit clean often. And if he does, it's more of like, the knees. He's got caught by that by O'Malley, Sandhagen, Aljo. When it comes to strictly boxing, undefeated. I think his best attribute when it comes to the boxing is his counter shots. He has a very good counter left hook. He has a very good left straight. He mixes it up to the body. His last fight against Yadong, he utilized the uppercut very well in that fight. And I'm confident in this one. He is the best boxer in the UFC. Ilia Topuria. He's the second best boxer in the UFC. And I think his game and what he has shown so far proves it. His fight against Holloway is going to show us a lot. He's very defensively sound. He has a very good jab. He explodes on the pocket when he needs to, and he's shown he can knock anybody out. And on top of that, they go out cold. It's not just like a TKO. But I love his game. He's very entertaining, and I really do think he's the second best boxer in the UFC. So who's number 3? Sean O'Malley's number 3. I think Sean O'Malley has some of the best hands in the UFC. He combos it very well with his kicking and his movement, and he can piece up people. And if you've seen that video recently of that challenge he did, that left straight was beautiful. Or left overhand, I forgot what it was, but he's very fast as well. I believe he's probably the quickest person on the feet when it comes to bantamweight. He's very fun to watch. Obviously, personality-wise, not my favorite guy in the world, but he deserves number 3 for sure. Number 4 is Dustin Poirier, one of the most entertaining fighters of all time. I love him. I hope he gets the Gaethje fight for the trilogy. But when it comes to his hands, he is number 4. He deserves the top 5 ranking no matter what. His boxing is very crispy. He knows how to counter very well. He moves his head when he punches. He doesn't stay on the center line. He's very technically sound when it comes to the boxing. Now, who's number 5? Number 5 is Max Holloway. One of the best pressure boxers in the UFC. He drowns people. He has very good accuracy. He knows how to find your chin, and he mixes it up to the body, which I love to see. The only reason I don't have him top 4, and I know a lot of people do, is because he gets hit too often. His head stays in the center line way too much, and I feel like that's what's going to be his demise against Topuria. He doesn't move his head enough compared to the guys above him, right? He's always relied on his chin, and obviously it's got him this far, so it works. But when it comes to pure boxing, his offense is incredible. His defense is above average, but I wouldn't say anything above that. So yeah, he's well deserving of number 5, 100%. But who's number 6? Number 6 is JDM. He has some of the best offensive boxing in the UFC. Everything's very technical. His jab is technical. His hooks are technical. It's all like technically accurate. Everything was very good. But my issue with him is he gets caught on counter shots too often, and that's why I can't have him in the top 5, even though visually he looks like he's a top 3 boxer. Like against Basile and against P. Rodriguez, in the short amount of times they were exchanging, he was getting caught. He just hit harder and out-toughed the other guys, which is a testimony to his toughness, right? But I think he just needs to work on his defense a little bit more to hire himself in this ranking, but it's going to be hard to crack into the top 5 based off the guys above him. Very well deserving of number 6. Honorable mention I had was Pereira. He's a kickboxer, but he very good with the hands.